Hello from Istanbul. My name is Murat. Along with many other things, Istanbul is also known as the city of mosques. It has a great skyline with flowing domes and sky-piercing minarets. And today we are at the Suleymaniye Mosque, which is the grandest mosque of Istanbul. It was built in 1557, and we owe this beautiful mosque to two great figures of the Ottoman history. One of them is Sultan Süleyman, the commissioner of the mosque. Sultan Süleyman is known as the Süleyman the Magnificent in Western history because in his reign of 46 years, he and his armies were never defeated in Europe. But in Turkish history, we know him as Süleyman the Lawgiver because in his time, all the legal system of the Ottoman Empire was revised and improved. Süleyman was a romantic man, a great poet, and a keen jewelry maker, and he created most of his finest works for his beloved wife Hürrem Sultan. The other important figure is the architect himself, Sinan the Great. Without doubt, Sinan the Great was the most skilled architect the Ottomans ever had. He was also one of the most productive architects in world history, because in his lifetime he built around 100 mosques, most of them large-scale projects. He also built around 300 public buildings, including palaces, caravanserais, aqueducts, Turkish baths, schools, and many other things. Suleymaniye Mosque is the finest example of a classical Ottoman mosque in Istanbul. But what is a classical Ottoman mosque? If you visit the imperial mosques in Istanbul, you are going to see that they follow the same architectural plan. There is always a great mosque in the center which is capped with great domes, and in front of the mosque you are always going to see an interior courtyard. If you walk out of the interior courtyard, you are going to see an outer larger courtyard. And if you walk around the mosque, you are going to see that the mosque is surrounded by charity foundations from all four sides. The Suleymaniye Mosque is also a very good example of this. So let's have a close look at the Suleymaniye Mosque. Here also in the center you can see a great mosque which is capped with two semi-domes and with a great central dome. It is really impressive because the dome itself is 53 meters high and it has a diameter of 28 meters. All the interior space is covered with these domes. The interior decoration is quite simple, modest but impressive. They used mostly calligraphic work to adorn the interior space and also tile work. You can also see these calligraphic examples or tile work examples on the facade of the mosque. In front of the Suleymaniye Mosque, there is a beautiful interior courtyard which is surrounded by arcades from all four sides. They have great arches and beautiful columns. In the center of the interior courtyard, you see an example of a shadırvan. Actually, this is a water pool, but in most other examples, in the center of the interior courtyard, you are going to see a ritual ablution fountain with water taps on them. Because in Islam, before you go into the mosque for prayers, you have to wash some certain parts of your body. In the Suleymaniye Mosque, at the four corners of the interior courtyard, you are going to see four impressive minarets. And you are going to see the balconies, the 10 balconies on the minarets. Actually, traditionally, these balconies had a function because the muezzins climbed up to the balconies to chant the call to prayer 5 times a day. There are 4 minarets because it symbolizes that Süleyman the Magnificent was the 4th Sultan after the conquest of Constantinople. The 4 minarets have 10 balconies on them in total, and that symbolizes that Sultan Süleyman was the 10th Sultan in the Ottoman dynasty. If you walk out of the interior courtyard, then you are going to see a larger outer courtyard with a very beautiful garden. And if you walk out of the garden and if you walk around the mosque, then you are going to see the charity foundations of the Suleymaniye Mosque, which includes hospitals, libraries, schools, Turkish baths, a bazaar, and so on. So that means an imperial mosque in Ottoman Empire was never built only for prayers, but also it was built to meet the social needs of the Ottoman society. So this is the beautiful Suleymaniye Mosque, and it is much quieter and calmer than the Blue Mosque. It is open to visitors every day. Don't be shy, people always welcome the visitors, but don't forget that this is a holy place. You should respect, and also you should obey some rules. They are quite simple actually. Here you can see the entrance, the main entrance gate of the Suleymaniye Mosque, and you can see the visitors coming to the mosque. First of all, at the entrance you have to take off your shoes. There are some plastic bags at the entrance. You can get a plastic bag and you can put your shoes in them, and you can carry your shoes with you during your visit inside the mosque. Men, if they are wearing shorts above their knee level, they need to cover their legs. Ladies also need to cover their legs, but also they need to cover their shoulders and their head with a head scarf. Don't worry if you don't have a scarf with you, because you can get one for free at the entrance gate. So if you have more questions about the Suleymaniye Mosque or about Istanbul in general, you can go to www.askaboutistanbul.com.